What is poppin', beautiful people? It is your boy Jasami, and today I'm going to be doing the video that a lot of people have been asking. I'm not sure if it's really been done on both sides that weren't necessarily true bias or not, but this is basically where to invest your money if you had to choose between The Division and Anthem. So first things first, I'm going to let you know a little backstory about my experience with both. One, I'm a Division fanatic. Most of my channel has been covering the Division 1, so obviously I'm going to be ultra excited for the Division 2. But at the same time, I have been enjoying myself with Anthem just as much because I'm a build maker. I love looters. I love looter shooters for what they are, and I kind of look past a lot of the problems which some people will have an issue with. But in this situation, it'll be really good because at least you know that it's coming from both sides and it's fair. So first things first, what kind of game is The Division and what kind of game is Anthem if you do not know? The Division and Anthem are both open world third-person looter shooters that have co-op, and the only difference is The Division offers PvP within that co-op. So obviously Division 2 is not released and we only have a slice of the content, and which is kind of disheartening because you can compare them at this point alone just by paying the open beta. A lot of people have already made up their mind that Division is the clear winner, and in my heart I love the Division. I also love Anthem, but I do love Division. So if you just wanted a clear-cut answer without having reasoning, most people are going to say the Division due to the fact that Division has so much more content in store, and we don't know too much about the cataclysm and stuff that Anthem's going to bring. So if you want a clear-cut answer, if I saved your time without even having to watch the full video, getting the pros and cons, there it is. But let's get into the first things first that a lot of people are going to address, the bugs. So like I said, Division's in an open beta. A lot of people in this culture claim that betas are basically demos anyway, so expect some of the bugs that are in each game, which is okay, you know. I feel like as long as the bugs are addressed and they are told that they're going to be fixed, me, myself, being a low maintenance person, I'm okay with that. As far as the bugs that Division's dealing with, the main one I see is going to be this audio issue, which is kind of like a default bug that is going to be fixed no matter what. There's no way they're going to let this slide into the longevity of the game. We know this, that's such a basic need in the game. And as far as Anthem, there's a plethora of bugs that a lot of people are experiencing, ranging from disconnects, ranging from being able to shut off your PlayStation, I guess. My man Uprushline made a video on that if you want to go check that out. And the list goes on with Anthem. I haven't had like insane amount of bugs, but I have had a lot of bugs with Anthem. So as far as bugs, if you didn't want a game with bugs, both games have their set of bugs, which I think a lot of games nowadays are going to come with a set of bugs. It's just how much can you tolerate. So going into the PvP part of the Division that Anthem does not offer. So if you're a PvE person, if you're a person that does not want to deal with other players in a competitive standpoint, Anthem is going to win in that department because there is absolutely no way to PvP in any form. Is that good? Is that bad? I guess it depends on your preference. I personally would like to have the option. I think that's better than not having the option at all, because even if you're a PvE player, you don't have to PvP in the Division. So if you want to compare that, that's all on you. At least you know that the heart of the game of Anthem is going to be based around PvE. So all the good little features and all the time and resources are going to be put toward PvE alone, which could ultimately lead to a better PvE experience, I would imagine, due to the fact that all of the energy is spent towards that. Now, going into the raids and the content, right, of we're in a looter, the first thing you think of looter is raids and loot and all that stuff, right? So Division is the only one out of these two to offer an actual raid that is actually announced. So the Division 1 has already said they're already announcing raids. I guess Anthem has a raid. I would imagine the closest thing to a raid that they would have would be these Cataclysm events, but I don't know too much about it. I don't think anybody really knows the full details of it, so I can't even speak on that. Maybe in a later video we can address and kind of like compare the two. But the only thing I've actually heard about it is that it's just an event, whereas Division 2, you're going to be able to up the party members because both games offer four members. So boom, regular, clear code, that's cookie cutter, everybody knows that, except when you're in the raids, the Division has already announced that it's going to be 8 players, which kind of already gives you the confidence that this event's going to be a lot bigger than anything that you've probably experienced outside of just running 4-man teams. 4-man teams are powerful in games, so in order for you to have 8 players, it has to be grand, right? The mission has to be extremely, extremely difficult to the point where you have to have double the group members. So that's the big pro for me for Division, being that I played Division 1 for so long, and we had our own form of a raid. The closest thing was called an incursion. It was just basically a super mission. I'm expecting a big difference this time around. But if you compare that into Anthem, as of right now, they haven't been as clear as Division has been in regards to true end game content. They said they have the nice little welcome screen when you get max level and you look and it says welcome to end game, ever like expanding world. Like they kind of hinted to you, but they have not been truly clear as the Division. Division has released a trailer that pretty much explains everything what to expect, which is why so much people are able to compare it in the open beta phase versus Anthem's launch, because it's already been promised, it's already been told, it's been shown to us through nice little teaser clips and all of that. So for me personally, in that department, I think Division is a safer bet. Content wise, unless Anthem has some amazing announcement that's going to come out, I don't know, like extra javelins and crazy, like a whole map or anything that they bring, unless something like that happens soon, people are going to, as soon as March 12th hits, or if they pre-ordered, or March 15th hit, the people who were on the borderline of choosing are automatically going to choose Division by default because of what's promised, because of what's shown. Now, for Anthem, I do love Anthem. As far as gameplay, I love the freedom of being able to move around. I love the javelins. I love the customization. They do certain things right where not a lot of other games have that. You know, as of right now in the looting scene, as far as new games, these are the two titans that are competing, right? Yes, you can argue other games every now and then, but obviously these were the two ultimate sought after hype games by looking through trailers and stuff. So they're going to be competing in this nature. But they both have similar things that people love. Like, even though we can't do customization deep right now with Division 1, we could see die slots and stuff like that, and the character customization screen looks pretty diverse. So you're able to at least feel like, okay, when the game comes out, we're living on a more so of a hope because we haven't seen it, but we know it's coming with Division. Whereas Anthem, we have customization, but it wasn't to the level that people expected. So Anthem's kind of tipping on that scale. Like they have the microtransactions where you can buy, I guess, like medals and stuff. I haven't really dived into it because I didn't really care too much. I just bought the armor. But if you're into it for customization and all that stuff, both games can offer that to you, and it's really cool. So going into whether or not you should purchase it based off of this, it depends on what kind of player are you. Some players are more serious. They want more realistic, you know, gunplay and things that they can recognize in real life. And like, obviously the Division 1's graphics are beautiful. It is a 1-to-1 ratio with Washington. You can't get any bet, like you won't find a better DC looking game than Division 2. Whereas with Anthem, it's a world crafted that is beautiful. Don't even get me wrong. Anthem is a gorgeous game, and nobody can argue that. That's one thing that I think even the haters and the nitpickers and the fanboys, everybody agrees. Anthem is a gorgeous game. It's just not as full as what people wanted. But Anthem is a crafted world from the ground up, and it's more sci-fi based. Obviously, aliens and lasers and explosions and all that stuff. And if you want to feel like an Iron Man simulator, like a superhero, Anthem is going to satisfy that craving for you. Whereas the Division is more serious. You know, you're tactical. You feel like the like post-apocalyptic world, and you're saving it. As far as stories, I can't compare yet because we don't have the full Division story, but I can say the Anthem story is kind of underwhelming. But I'm not a story-driven person. I don't really care that much. So me personally, I will feel bad trying to give you guys a true opinion on the story because I'm not in it for the story. I'm in it for the loot. So that's just me. So if you want to compare those two, that's as the time comes. But as of right now, I'll put more hope in the Division story than I do Anthem, because even Anthem story hasn't stuck with me. I didn't feel the need to want to know anything. So and it all comes down to your ultimate preference. Like any YouTuber, anybody can tell you this and that about the game, but you pretty much have to look at gameplay, play it for yourself in order to experience it. Now it sucks because in order to play it, it's not like you can just get a free trial and try it. But if you are based and torn in between the two, the safe bet would be the Division 2. But if you just can't afford both, I would say try both out. And you know what I'm saying? And you will pretty much enjoy them both to an extent if you are a looter fan. Now, if you're a story person, it's up in the air. If you're a graphic person, that's a given. If you are a person that doesn't like bugs, then I don't know. But if you are a looter fan, both games will appease to you. But the resounding winner on my end will be the Division 2. So that's all. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hopefully I helped. And that's it, pretty much. So it's been real. Your boy is out.